Big pivots require careful assessment. Big pivots lead to big ass results. You know, I had a conversation yesterday with a friend of mine, and he's a very, very successful marketer, and I'm going to call him a monetizer. His thing is how to monetize people's products, personas, things like that on the internet and through various media. And he sat down with me, and we had a very, very careful assessment. And, you know, just because someone says something doesn't mean that they have value. And so I'm always very, very careful about who I take advice from, especially on things that are actually very, very important to me, which Old Guy Talks is. And he had a very sobering assessment for me about what I was doing and how the fact that I was really making things a lot harder on myself in terms of realizing some of the targets I've set out for myself in 2021. And he laid out a completely different plan in terms of what I was going to do. Now, it was still building on the foundation of Old Guy Talks and the things that I'm doing on a day, but his whole big thing was really how to look at it from a getting more followers and also monetizing, and that's his strengths. And I sat and listened to it. And I wanted to assess it because sometimes we jump at whatever somebody throws in front of us, a shiny object and things like that. And there's a balance. There's a balance between shiny objects and analysis paralysis. And you need to find that sweet spot for yourself. You can't be afraid to make bold moves, especially if the results that you want are not showing up. And I don't mean just like immediately, but you've been at it for a while and been consistently being consistent and persevering and things like that. But if the results are not showing up, then you need to take a look at maybe you need to make a big pivot. And that's where I'm at. I'm carefully considering what he's saying. I'm going to give it some thought. I'm going to let it gel for a while, because a lot of times when you hear something, you start thinking about it and then more things come to mind. But you don't want to get caught up in analysis paralysis. It's, like I said, that's the exact opposite of shiny object syndrome. And I'm looking at it, more likely than not, I'm going to go with him, because I think what he's got to say and what he's got from the plans that he has for me are, well, they're going to help me get the results that I'm looking for in 2021, and very quickly. There's some things that we're looking at to move very quickly. So where in your life have you had to make big pivots to get big-ass results? And, where have that been?